Hi guys, how are you? I'm good. This is Jarsos Lectures. Today by this video I bring you one very important lessons which is about HTML frame. Before proceeding to my lectures, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe my channels, to like my video, and to share the videos link and the channel link with your friends, since there is a very important lessons, very important topics, and very important lectures are there here. And when I proceed to my lectures, the lecture is about HTML frame, which is one of the very important topics or very important lessons regarding web programming. Before coming to frame, it is good to raise about web page as the base. For the web page, I have done one video. You can check for it before watching for this video. It is good to watch for this that video about web pages. Web page means an electronic document which is written by HTML and which is displayed on the web browser. An electronic document which is written by HTML and which is displayed on web browsers. The different HTML elements are there, like that of video element, image element, audio element, hyperlink element. The many elements are there. Each of those elements are defined by HTML tags. But one HTML files, one separate HTML document is used to display only one web page. You have to bear in mind here. One separate HTML files or one HTML document is used to display only one web page. Now when we come to frame, in case of frame, here the purpose of using frame, why we need frame, what is frame is that frame is defined by Frameset tags. The purpose of using this Frameset tags in order to display more than one HTML files, or in order to execute more than one HTML files at the same times. Purpose of using this frame is to dividing the computer screen into different parts, or partitioning browser window into different parts, and within each parts to display independent or individual web pages. For example, we can partition browser window into 2 or 3 parts. Then within each 2 or within each of the 3, we can display independent HTML files. Look, as you can see here, with frame, it is possible to display more than one web page in the same browser window at the same times. We can display more than one web pages in the browser window at the same times. It uses to partition a window. It uses to partition the screens of the computer, the browser window, into independent parts, independent frame, and they use it to display different HTML document in different frame with the single interface. Now, for example, if we partition this window into 3 or 4 parts, within each of the parts, what will be displayed is different and independent HTML files within the same interface. Now, for divisions of or for partitioning an web page, or for partitioning the web browsers, we use Frameset tag. Look here the point. Different tags are there, but this Frameset tag is for purposes of dividing browser window into different parties. And to display different documents within each of the parties, we use frame tags. Now here, two very important points that I want to tell you is that in order to understand this concept clearly, within this concept of frame, two very important tags are there. Frameset tag is there. The purpose of Frameset tag is to divide or to partition the computer screen into different parties or the browser window into different parties. And another frame tag is there. I will come to it. Frameset defines sets of row or columns. Actually, in frames, to form a frame or to divide the computer screen or the browser window can be divided into either the column or rows. And then the values of rows or column indicate the values. There is a values of row. Here in Frameset, as it is attribute, we use either rows or columns. Then it is value indicate the amounts of screen area which the row or column can occupy. Now, within a Frameset tag, we can use as attribute either rows or columns. And for that rows or for that column, as it is value, we can use a number with a percent or with as a pixel we can use. Before coming to that one, within a Frameset, we can use another no frame tags. This no frame tag is used. No frame tag is used to display its content when your browser can't support the frames. Due to different reasons, different computer screen can't support or different browser can't support the frames. Such like times we use or the contents of no frame tag is displayed on the browsers, and the frame can divide screen into separate window, and within each separate window, within each separate column or within each separate rows, HTML document, HTML file is executed. Look here, two main tags are there within these frames to divide for division or for partitions of the computer screen, and to display or to execute dependent HTML files within each of the partition. Two common tags are there, Frameset tag and the frame tag is there. This Frameset tag is a container tag type, which is used to define sets of frame, which is used to define partitions. The only purpose of this Frameset tag is to divide computer screen or to divide the browser window into separate partition, into different parties. The next one is frame tags. Now this frame tag is used to define sub window, used to define the HTML individual HTML files that can be defined or that will be displayed within each partitions. And this frame tag is empty tag type. You know what is difference between container and empty tag? Container means if a tag has separate closing and opening tags, and the empty tag means the tag that doesn't have opening and the closing tag separately. For this, what is container tag, what is empty tag, I have already done one video about the web page or about the what is HTML, what is this tag. I have done one video. Watch for that one. If this one is, if there is a confusion here, watch for my previous video. And this Frameset tag is empty tag type, and it is used to display one document or one partition. It is used to display individual or independent documents within each partitions. And let us see what we are talking about practically. Now look, this within this concept actually two types of frame sets are there, either vertical frame set or horizontal frame set. When I say vertical frame set, when we want to partition our browser window into columns, when we classify them into columns, it is called vertical frame set. When we say it is horizontal, when we divide our computer screen, or when we divide browser window into the rows, look, HTML in the frame set, there is no use of body tag here. One very important point that you have to bear in your mind is that actually within my previous video, in order to display something on the bodies of web browsers, or in order to put some content, for example image, audio, video, link, to display them on the browsers, we have to put them into the body tag. The contents of all contents of body tag will be displayed on the web browsers. But here, in case of frameset, if you use frameset tags, there is no use of body tag here. Look here, frameset, then colis. Now this is to form vertical frameset, to partition our browser window into columns. If you want to form into rows, we have to use here rows. Let us see what this means practically. Okay, let me okay, takes our time. Let me take the program from here. Since writing new program wastes our times, let me take this program, let me paste here, let me save it okay, within the desktop. Okay, let me create new directory or the new folder. Let me say frame. Okay, let me save here. Look here, HTML here, frame set. As I have said, frame set is a container tag, means it has opening and the closing tag separately. Now within this frame set, as just attribute colis, means for saying it means to say columns. Here as the values of columns we have three values. Three values means which is number in percent, means three value means we have three column here. Three value means we have three column. If we have four value, we have to have four frame, and then we are going to form form columns or four columns. But the summations of each of the value should be 100 if they are in percent. But we can use in pixels. If you are used in percent, when we sum up each of them together, they have to give us 100. This is the point. And here, if you have three value, we have to have here three frame. The first frame will be displayed in the first part. Look here now, 25%, 50%, and 25%. The first column holds 25% of our browser window. Now to display the first frame, or this one, frame a.html files, our browser uses 25% of it is window. Then the next one is 50%. Now what will be displayed or what will be executed at the next column? Look, this frame b.html file. This file will be displayed on the next column, which uses or which holds 50% of our screen, and it should be in between those two. It is the middle column, and the last 25% is or 25% of 25% screens of or 25% partitions of our screen is will be displayed by this one. I think my program is visible. Now let us run this one. Let us see what will what will be done by this one. Okay, sorry. Sorry, the problem is we have to save the program with the file extensions of .html. This is the error that I have done. Save as. Look on desktop. Okay, selecting the frame directory that I have selected. Now look here, frame .html. This is the point. This is the point. What you have do the mistake. What we made the mistake is this one. Now let us see what will happen. Look, 3 computer or our computer screen or our browser windows classified into 3 different columns. 3 different columns. Look, this uses 25%, which is created by the first frame. As we are as here, look here. Frameset calls 25%. 25% of our computer screen will be used by the first frame. Look here, this one, the first one. Look, this one is larger than this one. Since it is, this means this is half of the middle one. Both the leftmost and the rightmost frames, or the leftmost and the rightmost partitions, are half of this one, because in percent this is 25, this is 25, the middle one is 50, as you can see. Now in order to display something within here and within here, we have to create, look here, frame a.html file is there, frame b.html file is there, frame c.html file is there. Let us create those one. Okay, html body tag, the closing tags of body tag, and then enter. Let me say h1 or header 1. This is frame 1, or this is frame A. Let me say this is frame A, and the closing tags of header 1, h1. Now here there is a closing tags of html. And then saving is must. Okay, frame A dot html. This is must. This must saving. And as we have as I have already told within my previous video, to run HTML files, first you have to save with this. You have to specify its name and give file extensions of .html. And let us see now the change. Look, this is frame A. Since you have created the files to be displayed here, there is a value, and here let us create also the other, rather than writing again, wastes our time or takes our time, by copying this one and pasting here simply B. This is frame B. Saving. Okay, frame B, frame B dot html. Saving this one. Let us make, in order to specify, in order to differentiate them, in order to make each of them unique, okay, bg color or background color equal to green. Background color equal to green. Okay, let us change that of this one also, or the first one. Background color equal to, let me say, red. Then saving, and let me create also for the third, let me create another file for the third frames. Since we have 3 frames, look here, here we have 3 frames, the first one, the third, as we can also now from here, from our files, frame A, frame B, frame C, we have classified our computer screen or from our browser window into 3 different columns. Then let me paste the first file also. Okay, this is frame A rather than saying frame A, let me say frame C. Here background color equal to, let me say, yeah, here, yeah, and this is one HTML. Color name is okay, saving down, frame C dot HTML is what we have to bear in our mind, is saving. Then let us see what will happen. We have specified their name, look here, within the frame, frame A, frame B, frame C. Frameset calls 25%, 50%, 25%. What will be, what will now our target, our point is to divide our computer screen into 3 different parts, which is columns, 3 different columns. And then within the first columns, which holds 25% of our computer, will be, what will be displayed there is the web pages of this file, frame a.html. And the next partition is, or the next column which holds 50% of our computer is help us or use it to display the second frame, which is frame B. And at the last, the 25% of our computer screen, or the third partition is, or the third column is used to display the third HTML file, which is frame C dot HTML. Frame A dot HTML is this one, frame B dot HTML is this one, frame C dot HTML file is this one. Let us see now the change. Look, frame A, frame B, frame C. Why background color of frame B is not working? Let us check. Okay, let us, yeah, frame A, frame B, here frame C. This is how to divide the computer screen into different partition. This is what we call vertical frame. Frame from frame, the vertical frame set. What to do this one is that here we have used, in case of frame, look, frame set calls. But in order to make rows, in order to form horizontal frame set, simply changing this one into rows. Rows, look. Let us see now what will happen, what change will be there. Look now, it is changed into rows. Now we can do what we want here, and we can do what we want here, and we can do what we want here. We can attach a different link as we want, on here, on here, on here. This is what frame means. In order to partition, in order to divide our computer screen or our browser window into different parts, and within each part to display different web page, or to execute different HTML files, or to display, look, HTML frame. This frame is used to display many web pages at the same times on single interface. The purpose of using frame is to display or to execute different web page by one interface. By one interface. we can display different web page. Now here, this is one web page which is written by one HTML files. This is also another web page which is done by another HTML files or independent HTML files. This is also another web pages. This is what the frame is, as we have seen. Look, horizontal frame set is there. Horizontal frame set, as we mean, it is used to demonstrate how to make horizontal frame set. Dividing computer screen or dividing browser's window into different rows. This can be done by the look frame set. The rows here is there. The next point is drawbacks of frame. Frames can have different some drawbacks or some weaknesses. The first one is some smaller device cannot cope with the frames, or some smaller device because look, often because their screen is not big enough to be divided up. Some smaller devices can't support the frame. This is one. Sometimes page will be displayed differently by different computers because of their different screen resolution. Computer screen is different. The same web page can be displayed, or the same frames, or the frames which is done by one frame set, or different the same page, one page can be displayed differently by different computer screens. This is due to different screen resolution. And another one is just, as you can see, back button might not work as well as user hopes, as user needs, or as user wants. And the very important point is there are still few browsers who do not, or that do not support the frame technology. Still some of the browser can't support the frames. Those are the drawbacks or the weaknesses of the frames. And this is all what I have for these lectures, for these lessons. As summary, we have seen about the frame, what tags are there to define the frame on the web browsers, and how we can define them on the web browsers, and what it is drawbacks. Frame means, or why we use frames. Why we use the frames? For dividing or for partitioning the computer screen into different parts. To divide the computer screens, we use the frame set tags. And also, frame tag is there. The frame tag is to define those parts, independent parts, or to display HTML file within each of the parts. Totally, to divide computer screen or to partition the computer screen, we use frame set tag. Then within each of the partition, we use frame tag to display independent HTML file, or to display independent web pages. And the frame can be a vertical frame set, can be vertical frame set to define the computer screen, or to define browser window into the columns. And it can be horizontal frame set to divide computer screen into different rows. When we say horizontal, it is defines, or it divides, or it partitions the computer screen into rows. And it can have its own drawbacks, as I have discussed it here. This is all what I have for these lessons. And if there is any ambiguous concept, if there is any unclear idea, you can raise, and you can put it down on the comments, on my comments. And what I want to tell you again is that if you are new to my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe my channel, to like my video, and to share the videos link and the channel link with your friends, within your friend and with your neighbors, because a very important lesson, very important lectures is there here. That's why share the links of the channel and share the links of the videos with your friends. This is all what I have for this video. Thank you for your time. Bye. Bye.